folks. That tends to happen when someone logs out quickly during a match and leaves me to battle AI, and then I switch to the next game, and it just that WWE. If you ever watch this, maybe you could fix that problem, whether it's your problem or not. I don't know. Anyway, we are back. And hopefully we have some more luck with finding an opponent, and hopefully we have some better luck with this ridiculous internet that we have here in Auckland City. Sort it out. Jacinda Ardern, you are, the next it. You need to get hold of kin.com, and we need to sort this internet out in here. Everyone should have super fast, hyper fast internet for this very thing, like streaming online gaming and talking about WWE, wrestling, stuff, the important things of life. Alright, moving right along. I'm beating the snot out of Braun Strowman. He will feature in one of the matches at SummerSlam, but we're not quite there yet. Now, we do also know, you know what, I'm going to include these guys. We also know that there's going to be a United States Championship match, AJ Styles for SmackDown, SmackDown's contribution to SummerSlam 2017. AJ Styles, the champion, versus Kevin Owens, with Shane McMahon as the special guest referee. After the botch at Battleground, which I'm pretty sure was a botch, that wasn't meant to be a botch, that was meant to play out a different way, but got botched, and everyone got really confused. It was almost like what was supposed to happen on like the last two episodes of SmackDown was supposed to happen at Battleground, and they just fucked it up so that they had to go through and like try it 2 more times. Fucking whatever. It seemed stupid. It just seemed like those were filler matches to drag. And what the fuck is Chris Jericho doing back? Like, seriously, what impact did you have at all? All that gave was a way to screw Owens out of the title, which to me is boring. Like, it's not very creative. You could have not taken the title off Kevin Owens to start with, and this title, I mean, I would like to have seen AJ Styles win the United States title, beat Kevin Owens at SummerSlam. That would have given Kevin Owens quite a few months to be the face of America, build that whole thing up. It would have given it would make the payoff of AJ Styles winning the title at SummerSlam a whole lot bigger and a whole lot better. But I mean, now it's like, if Kevin Owens doesn't win, what do you do? It's like they're just 50-50 booking it. It's, if Kevin Owens doesn't win this, that Face of America thing that he's been doing since the last Superstar shake-up has virtually been an absolute dud. Like, what was the point of it? You took the title off him, and he's still doing it. Like, it makes no sense. AJ Styles works better without... For me, he works better as that challenger, that guy who comes so close and puts on, gives everything, and never quite gets there. And this, for me, should have been what this feud is about. Kevin Owens should be dominating this feud. He should be winning this feud. He should not have... I mean, I get why they want to do the title change hands at the live pay-per-view. It's to stop fans from thinking, you see a title match on a live event, and that thing's not changing hands. It's going to stay around the challenger, and this was to, I guess, kind of alleviate some of that predictability, and the predictability in the booking and the predictability in the cards, and I get that, but this, I mean, and Madison Square Garden, shit, if I had the chance to win a WWE title at Madison Square Garden, how I'd be there with bells on faster than you can say WWE title. But the thing is, like, it was done almost in spite of the feud and in spite of the greater picture. And for me, that almost detracts from the whole thing. It's like you're going for a 5-second pop over the longer, sort of greater good of a storyline. And for me, wrestling's always been about those storylines, and that's why you tune in, because they've got to have some kind of substance. Something's going to make you want to tune in. Seeing this match, seeing AJ Styles walk into this match as champion, knowing that it could, he's either going to retain, or Kevin Owens is essentially going to be the new title, and Kevin Owens winning the title makes more sense to me, which is boring. Like if AJ Styles had lost the match last week and he had not won the title at Madison Square Garden, this match could be a surprise. And we'll see who we're going to like. Godspeed, my friend. You are live with MTS News. Let's see how this goes. You're live with MTS News. I'm Dan, and here we go. Perhaps he's wondering why you're Superman before throwing him out of the plane. Huh? Is that what you're wondering? Because you should be. And as I get reversed, let's see how this goes. I'm going to try and escape here. We'll get a little bit. Won't we, Odass? Fucking Odass. You really should be getting me, Odass. Because now I'm going to get rid of my minus. And you got no awesome shit going on. So Kevin Owens, Shane McMahon as the guest referee adds an interesting element. I don't know whether Shane... that fucking kick, man. Is that... Oh, this is going to be all... Yeah, okay. Are we going to keep doing this, are we? Lucky I'm recording this so I can show people like you who just spam this fucking move.
With these two guys, we all knew this was going to be an all-out battle.
And just because they know it's the only way they can win anything.
What a match. Well said, Johnny.
Okay, bro, seriously.
For one of these guys to take hold of this match. The fight's being brought right to him. No kidding, this is tough.
The sad state of WWE Live online gaming, ladies and gentlemen. Odass is a bit of a cheap motherfucker, and see, I don't think I've actually really seen this move in a long time in an actual WWE ring. Okay, so yeah. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to fucking quit you there a little bit. So get fucked. That's absolutely fucking ridiculous. You're a cock. If you think that's fun, I play this game because it's fun. That's not fun, mate. You need to learn how to fucking play different matches, different moves. You got to. It's boring as fuck. Some idiot doing that. I don't even care that it costs me a win. It costs me a match. Because get fucked, and I hope it fucked up his computer the way mine shat the bed, his PS4 the way mine shat the bed just before. So we're back. We're going to start this over again. I'm glad I got that on camera. I'm all about not spamming moves, but eat shit, fuck you if you're just going to keep doing that. The problem with that kick is it takes so much health off you. It's really quite stupid. I went from green to red there with a space of about 6 kicks. Now how can that possibly be? 7 kicks, 8 kicks? That's ridiculous. Let's hope they work those things out for WWE 2K18 to try and make the online gaming experience a bit more interesting and a bit more exciting for people, and not as easy just to spam bullshit moves like that. You can tell I'm pretty I'm passionate about that, and why the fuck not? So we'll carry on. We will carry on. There's AJ Styles. Yes, it's Shane McMahon as the special guest referee. To be honest, I'm sick of Shane McMahon needing to involve himself in matches. You are the general manager. You're the commissioner. You're an out of the ring. Your job is outside the ring. Your job is you're not a wrestler. You're not a performer. You don't belong in the wrestling ring. I know you've had some wonderful matches before. Shane McMahon, Kurt Angle at King of the Ring. I think it was 07. It's still one of my favorite matches of all time. But that was a lot different back then, and I just don't feel like he needs to keep involved. It's almost like it's just how can we figure out a way to get Shane McMahon in a match the match against Undertaker was rubbish. Not in the sense that the match was crap. It should never have been there. Undertaker should never have. Shane McMahon should never have been in that match. That match should never have existed. It was a stupid match. It was just. Shane McMahon took the spot of a legitimate performer and someone whose job it actually is to go in there and hit those ropes and take those bumps. It's not Shane McMahon's job to do that. That's what pisses me off more about that. Anyway, I don't think it was Shane McMahon's job to battle AJ Styles in that match. That was ridiculous as well. Like, that took someone else's spot. And this referee kind of making the refs all out to be incompetent morons is a little bit savage, considering like Kevin Owens cleaned that guy's clock and the bad decision. And poor old Mike Chioda, of course you would chuck a veteran referee under the bus like that, because how else would you do it if you're trying to make referees seem like incompetent, weak fools? You would put one of the more decorated fucking referees in front of that bus that you're going to drive them over with, wouldn't you? You wouldn't just throw some no-name ref who's not going to, know anything about it. You're going to put, one of your better ones. And why not chuck fucking Earl Hebner up there? Whatever. Shit, it just, it just makes more sense that way. Anyway. I guess what we're going to get out of here is the decisive finish. There's going to be no... I also wonder if having Shane McMahon there is going to turn this a bit more into a street fight, a bit more into the rules will be stretched a bit more. There may not be ruled to a T where, some fuck, I don't know, you hit someone with there might be a bit of sort of discretion there because it's such an important match, in the sense like there may not be, it could essentially turn into a no disqualification, no count outs. The count might be a little bit long. There might be a bit more longevity in the count, so they might be outside for sort of 30 seconds until a count of 10, or a couple of minutes until a quick count of 10 or something like that. But you can bet the house on this one being a decisive finish. And I would love to see. Kevin Owens is my boy. I really love to see Kevin Owens win the title again. I want to see Nakamura and Styles as a feud moving forward. Maybe it's a bit too far out from WrestleMania to get into that yet, and Nakamura is probably going to be involved in a feud with Baron Corbin moving forward. We'll talk about that in a little bit. I think perhaps it's really a crapshoot, but for me, I would have had, if you're going to have a change of title, if I could contradict myself here, going to have a change of title, for me, you would get a bigger pop out of not having AJ Styles walk into it as champion and having him beat Kevin Owens. But since Styles is walking into this with the championship, I'm almost expecting Kevin Owens to win the title and to have a new United States champion, and to continue his Face of America thing. Perhaps he will go back into a John Cena feud. Thankfully, now that Nakamura didn't kill John Cena the other night on SmackDown, if you saw that inverted suplex, hot damn, that was a hot mess. That was some seriously close stuff. And almost left John Cena really, really injured. It was touch and go there. I guess that's probably all really about that one. We'll go to the WWE Championship. We'll run through this as we would expect. I think the match card will go WWE Championship, Jinder Mahal, WWE Champion Jinder Mahal versus Shinsuke Nakamura. I am expecting Nakamura to win this one. I think the experiment has failed with Jinder. I think they're looking to take the belt off him. I think he's done his dash. And I think it's time for some fresh ideas. So I'm, so for me, this match will play out one of two ways. Nakamura beats him, wins the title, new champion, end of story. Nakamura has to fight. Don't forget, Nakamura has to fight also the Singhs. And I know the Great Khali is not really looking like he's sort of back or not. But I wouldn't be surprised if there's one more surprise, maybe that's just me being silly, maybe it's confirmed he won't be there, I have no idea. That's just sort of potentially, but you can see this match playing out one of two ways. Nakamura wins his first WWE title. That's it. Excuse me. The second way excuse me. The second way I could see this finishing, Jinder wins via shenanigans. Baron Corbin comes out, cashes in Money in the Bank, pins Jinder. 1, 2, 3. We have a new WWE champion. Jinder Mahal might then invoke a rematch clause. Invoke his rematch clause. He will lose. Whatever the next pay-per-view is after SummerSlam, the next SmackDown pay-per-view. Probably Hell in a Cell, maybe. I could be wrong. Tell me down in the comments. They've won with it. Baron Corbin wins, and that's the end of Jinder and his title picture. But then Nakamura comes in and is like, well, what about me? I got beaten via shenanigans. He cheated. I deserve another match, a fair match. And these two engage in a feud, which ultimately results in Nakamura winning the WWE title. That way, you've got two new champions. You've got two guys who are battling over something that they both really want. And they're both quite exciting new talents. And you sort of, this way you can phase out John Cena, you can phase out Randy Orton, you can phase out, those older veteran guys who have had their title, their title pictures done and dusted for me. They might have one or two more titles in them, but so that's how, I'm sort of hoping. I would certainly not have Baron Corbin cash in Money in the Bank if Nakamura wins his first title. For me, that would be pretty disrespectful for a guy's first title reign. It would probably bring a lot of heat onto Baron Corbin, but he gets heat enough. He doesn't need to ruin a guy's moment with his first WWE title reign, and I don't think the writers should do that either. I think it should be left to Nakamura. If he beats him, whatever, that's it. Baron Corbin can invoke at a later date or something like that. But that's how I personally would do that. Either Jinder retaining and then Baron cashing in, or Nakamura winning, and that being it. So as we're not having much luck with getting an opponent here, we'll carry on. We'll quickly go to the Universal Championship Fatal 4-Way. We'll have a bit of a yarn about that, and then we may call this quits, depending on what happens in the next few minutes. So hang in there, guys. It's almost over, and we'll be back another time. So the Universal Championship, Brock Lesnar, obviously the WWE Universal Champion, versus Roman Reigns, versus Samoa Joe, versus Braun Strowman. Fatal 4-Way rules. Universal Championship on the line. Obviously, we know that outside the ring, Brock Lesnar is rumoured to be looking at going back to the UFC to have a few more fights there, and probably add a bit more weight to what is a fairly weak heavyweight division with John Jones calling him out as well. So Brock Lesnar, it's unlikely Brock Lesnar is going to retain his belt at SummerSlam. It's a great pay-per-view to put one of those guys over, and when I say one of those guys, I mean Samoa Joe or Braun Strowman. Fucking Roman Reigns doesn't need to be put over. The fans already hate him. He doesn't need any more heat either. The fans already hate him. So, for me, I want to see Samoa Joe or Braun Strowman win the belt. I would love to see Braun Strowman pick up the title. I think if it came down to one of those two, just out of experience wise, and they would probably end up going with Samoa Joe, and I would be happy with that. He seems like a very fitting successor to Brock Lesnar, the Beast incarnate, the Destroyer, the 1-in-23-2. Wait a minute, the 1-in-23-2. Brock Lesnar's a unique athlete. Anyway, I just hope he doesn't take Paul Heyman with him, because the WWE need Paul Heyman, and I feel like he could be a very valuable asset to put over someone else, the next Paul Heyman guy. You could have Rusev as the next Paul Heyman guy. You could have Big Cass as the next Paul Heyman guy. You could have Samoa Joe as the next Paul Heyman guy. You could have someone like, you could have Braun. You could have him team up with one of the women and become a Paul Heyman girl. Alexa, no, maybe not Alexa Bliss, Sasha Banks, Bayley, maybe someone like that. You could have him team up with her. I think he could do quite a lot for the talent there, and perhaps it's just a work that he's a bit of kayfabe that he's potentially going to walk out with Brock Lesnar, as I do in F5. I have a feeling this match is going to be an incredibly exciting match. You look at the guys, how could it not be? I truly, hopefully, do not want to see Brock Lesnar. I do not want to see Roman Reigns win this match. For me, Braun Strowman destroyed him, so he's battling him. Samoa Joe beat him. I know he beat Samoa Joe the other day. So fuck, I wonder if he's going to fucking do that again. I hope not. I don't think Roman doesn't deserve this yet. I don't want to see him. I want to see Samoa Joe with the belt. I want to see Samoa Joe, Roman Reigns, WrestleMania with Samoa Joe having held onto the belt a while. I would like to see Braun Strowman win and hang on to the belt a while. And then, Roman can win at WrestleMania and fucking whatever after, he'll probably end up bloody beating Bray Wyatt or someone at WrestleMania, turn Bray into that jobber again. Which is, if has anyone seen Bray Wyatt's win-loss record? Oh my god, it's terrible. But just as bad as his win-loss record is how good fucking Roman Reigns' record is. And it's like the opposite. It's like every win Roman has is a loss that Bray Wyatt has. We accept Bray hasn't been shoved down our throats. Just as good a heel, better heel in my sense. Oh, but Roman's not a heel, isn't he? Is he? He's a face. He's a fucking heel. I don't care. He's just the guy. He's just a guy now. He's just a guy. Roman, you're just a guy in this Fatal 4-Way. You're not the guy. I don't want to see him be the guy for some time yet. If whatever, I feel like Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose deserve to be a WWE title more than fucking Roman Reigns does. But that's just me. You see, the hatred is strong in this one. So, all being equal, there'll probably be a new WWE Universal Champion at SummerSlam. It could be quite a night of title changes. Looking at these belts, I've predicted, Kevin Owens could win. I think Bayley might win. I don't know if Natalya will get the job done or not, but if Shinsuke wins, or Baron cashes in, and Brock's rumoured to not be winning, or not be retaining rather, it could really be a night of title changes, and it could, if every WWE title changed on that night. That could be really something, that would go down and definitely recent memory is something that was pretty special. Of course, title changes aside, I want to see some really good matches, and we can get into the other matches at a later date. I think I've talked at you guys for long enough, going on 25 minutes now, and the other brief podcast was about 15, so I think that's more than enough talking for one day. What do you guys think? Would you guys see these title changes? Let us know in the comments. Let us know, like and share and subscribe these. Tell your friends, tell your mum, tell the man down the road to come and have a listen. We do enjoy this here, and I'm going to shut this off now. We will see you guys back again for another WWE update from MTS News. I am Dan. See you later.